Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about some new releases. I think I'm going to aim to do these videos every Sunday. I'm not going to fully commit to that, but that's what I'm going to aim for because I really enjoy doing them. There's always something being released and you guys seem to really like these videos. So it's kind of a win-win all around. Alright, we've got a few things to talk about now, so let's do this. Let's start with Violet Voss. So I'm going to try to fit all three on the screen here. Only three have been announced at this point. I think there might be another one coming, but I could totally be wrong on that. At any rate, here they are up here. So the one that is all brown tones is called the Creme Brulee palette. The colorful one is the Fruit Sorbet. And then the modern Renaissance looking one is something else. Berry Burst. There it is. These look pretty, but I don't need another brown palette, so Creme Brulee is out, although it does look like it has a nice mix of finishes, and if you're looking for a neutral palette, this is a nice one. Like, just the shades look really pretty. The colorful one is, if I was gonna get one, that's the one that I would get, but I don't need these shades. I have them already, so it's probably gonna be a pass for me on this, but I like this little palette. The shades are bright, but they're not so bright that they are super intimidating. So if you're looking for something colorful, but you don't want full-on neon, this might be the one to try out. And then finally, there's the Berry Burst palette. Like I said, I think this one looks very similar to the Modern Renaissance palette, minus some of the lighter champagne-y kind of tones that the ABH palette had. And that's not necessarily a negative criticism that I'm making, I'm just drawing a comparison. I think this looks pretty. I think if you are looking for the kinds of palettes that you can just grab and apply and not have to worry too much about how you're going to pair the shadows with each other, the Creme Brulee and the Berry Burst are going to give you great options. I have a couple Violet Voss palettes. You can see one sticking up back here. That's the Flamingo palette, that little bit of pink. And I really like that one. I think they're going to be good little palettes, and I think they're really pretty. Shiseido is a brand that I never hear anybody talk about. And I have tried a few of their items and I've really enjoyed everything that I have tried from the brand. And in particular, these lipsticks. So these are the Modern Matte Power lipsticks. I just have a mini sample that came as like a deluxe, I don't know, free gift with $25 purchase on Sephora. And I really like it. It's creamy, it's comfortable. The pigmentation is insane on these. And they're just really comfortable to wear. I think I'm going to be picking up at least one, if not two, of these lipsticks because they're fantastic. There are certain Shoppers Drug Mart locations that also sell Guerlain, and I don't care how many points I have, I am not paying $190 for this. Beautiful packaging notwithstanding. $190. This is the Ladies in All Climates 190 Years Limited Edition Illuminating and Blurring Powder. The Universal Harmony, a perfect mix of correcting and illuminating shades, adapts to all skin types. I can't read. This is combined with a high level of stardust technology, a diamond powder encapsulated in microspheres which creates a soft focus perfecting halo. Well, it sounds fucking impressive, but it's $190. No. No. That seems a little The Emperor's New Clothes-y to me. Alright, let's look at another eyeshadow palette. This one is from Dose of Colors, and it's the Snow Angels palette coming out October 17th. I think it looks really pretty. It is all matte. There are 5 shades in there. Nicely curated set of colors. I just think it looks beautiful. I don't know that I'm going to buy it. Again, I'm super picky about what I buy from the States now because the customs fees are brutal. They are changing it. I just don't know if it has been enacted yet. It used to be, or it could currently be, I don't know, Canadians buying something worth $20 or more had to pay customs fee. They're going to be increasing that to $150, which is fucking stellar. But I'm not sure when it comes into effect. I've read 2 conflicting reports on that. So until I know with certainty, I'm not subjecting myself to, you know, $20 extra in addition to the shipping fee and the cost of the product itself. Let's talk about some items from Shu Uemura. So it looks like they have done a collaboration with, French and I don't get along, La Maison du Chocolat, House of Chocolate. There are 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'll try to fit them both on the screen here. The more muted brownish one is the dark cacao, and the other one is the, for Christ's sake, the framboise berry. It's a little redundant. That's basically saying raspberry berry. So anyways, that aside, here they both are. They, you know, the dark one doesn't really do much for me. It just looks to me like they're all going to look like the same kind of tone once they're applied to the eyes, with the exception of that sort of antiqued gold. That is a really pretty color. So if I was to buy one of these, which I'm not going to, but if I was, I would go for the raspberry one. I want to point out that the price of these is $115 each in Canada. And then I will try, editing me might hate me for saying this, but I'm going to try to do a zoom in to show the brush that comes with this. So you get a little wee sponge applicator, which, I mean, Surat thinks that they can charge, what was it, like fucking $50 or some nonsense for that. It wasn't $50, I can't remember what it was. I want to look that up now though. Surat Beauty, what were you charging for your bullshit? At $35, okay. So I was a little off in my estimation. It was $35. That's still an awful lot for a fucking sponge. Anyways, they're including like the little mini one that you get with like Wet n Wild palettes, and then what looks to be the most ridiculous little brush ever. I would have preferred just exclude them from the palette altogether. But then they went and added in this little tiny rinky-dink brush and sponge applicator, and it now looks like a $20 palette that you can get at the drugstore. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but neither of these palettes float my boat. They have also included a shimmery powder in with this collection, and it comes in 2 tones. One is slightly pinker, one is gold toned. I have a loose highlighter. I quite like it, but I don't need more than one. The one that would potentially draw me in is the modern matte lipsticks that they have done in this collection as well. I have one of their matte lipsticks and I really do enjoy it. So if there was a shade in here that sort of filled a gap in my collection, I might pick that up. And apparently all of these things smell like chocolate as well, so that's kind of cool. A face palette that I think is going to be very good value and that I think is going to be excellent quality is the Holidaze Contour and Spotlight Highlighting Palette from Smashbox. It is $49, and for that you're getting 9 face powders, and some of them are bronzers, contour shades, and highlighters, and it looks like at least that one on the bottom right could be used as a blush as well. I frankly expect that it's going to have fantastic performance. I have the Cali Contour Kit, and I also have a mini, like a deluxe sample version of their regular 3-pan contouring kit, and I love them, like love them. Smashbox, I think, has nailed it in terms of what is a bronzer versus what is a contour powder. Things are not too orange, but things are also not too ashy on the cooler side. Like, they're just fantastic tones that they have figured out, and this palette looks to be right on track with that as well. I also have a crush on this. This is the Mystic Glow powder from Givenchy. It is $56 Canadian, and I just want to hold it and kiss it and tell it how pretty it is because it's fucking gorgeous. The packaging, the star emblem on the powder, like everything just looks so high-end and luxe. The brush, probably not the brush I would actually end up using with it, but it doesn't offend me like the Shu Uemura nonsense. It's big enough that it would actually work as a highlighter. I love everything about this packaging. I don't think I've ever geeked out so hard about packaging as I am about this, and it's nothing fancy or flashy, but it just looks like I would feel like the fanciest bitch ever pulling this out of my drawer and just, actually, I take that back. I'm sorry, Givenchy. I would not put this in a drawer. This would be on display. This is beautiful. I don't even care what the powder does. I don't even care what it looks like. I just think it's so goddamn gorgeous. Barry, if you're watching, hint, hint, I want this for Christmas, please. It's beautiful. Also beautiful, but not quite as, is this one here. This is from Estee Lauder. Again, that's a brand that I don't find anybody really ever talks about. But aside from the Double Wear Foundation, I don't really hear anybody talk about their stuff. But this looks, okay, first of all, the actual function of this confuses the shit out of me, but it looks cool as fuck. Like, it's pretty. Do you think it's a highlighter, or do you think it's a bronzer? You got your answer locked? Okay. It's a bronzer. I don't know how, but apparently it's a bronzer. It is an illuminating powder Gelee? I don't know how to say that. It's a super luxurious bronzer. It's a bronzer. It's not a bronzer. How is that a bronzer? My God, it's cool looking though. Holy Christ. Yeah, I don't know. This one's $58. That's $2 more than my like future husband Givenchy over there. So I won't be spending the money on this. I would be very curious though to swatch it because it looks full on gold reflective metallic something something, and they're calling it a bronzer. I'm mystified. I'm curious. I've only got 2 more things to talk about. So one of them we're just gonna flash up here pretty quickly and move along. Lest anybody get their panties in a twist, but it is a new release, so let's fucking talk about it. It's from Kat Von D. It's an eyeshadow, Swoon. This was the red shade that was in the Too Faced and Kat Von D collab palette. Was it Better Together? Better Together? Fucking, I don't know. It was like a heart. It was out for like a minute and a half and then nobody ever talked about it. At any rate, this was the red shade that was in there, and they are releasing it as a single. Like 3 years after the fact. I don't know. Hi. Startling difference. I know. I just sat down to film a completely different video and deleted the last portion of this video. I only had 2 more items to talk about anyways, so I'm just going to do them barefaced, and anyways, here we go. So where I left off was that my camera overheated, and while I was letting it cool down, I went over to Instagram and happened to come across this image, which is the 4th and final palette in the Violet Voss Fun Size collection. So this is the Le Macaron palette. It is all shimmer shadows. It's not something that's really going to make me run out and spend my money, but I will say for $18 US each palette, that's not a bad price point at all. And the Violet Voss shadows are quite nice. I am pleased to see that they're coming out with smaller palettes with a defined color story. Some of their larger 35 pan plus palettes, they have one, it's all taupe, like it's 35 shades of taupe. There aren't 35 shades of taupe. So I'm glad that they're moving away from that, and I hope a lot of people do buy these palettes because I want to encourage this kind of behavior. And then the last thing that I spoke about was this little set of lip products here. This is from Laneige. This is the lip sleeping mask. So you get a full size which has 20 grams of product in it. This thing is a beast. I have that one, and I have been using it since around the time Bennett was born. I actually got it, I remember, he was 4 days old, because I should not have been walking around freaking Sephora 4 days postpartum, 4 days post C-section, but yet there I was. So I've been using this for about a year and a half. I use it every night, just put it on my lips at the time that I go to bed. There's still a hint of it there in the morning, not as much as if you use like a Vaseline or something like that, but it still nourishes your lips. It leaves them feeling very soft, and I haven't had to deal with any cracked or split lips, especially in winter time, and I haven't had much in the way of chappedness going on either. This would be a good set to get. For $32 Canadian, I think the value is definitely there because that full size is going to last forever. It has, like I said, 20 grams. The smaller ones that come in the set as well have 3 grams. They'd be great little stocking stuffers if you're looking to pick stuff up now and start getting ready for the holiday season. That's where I wrapped it up. I feel like I had some like pithy little things to say in my outro, but we'll never know now. Anyways, thank you for taking the time to watch. I will see you in my next video if I don't delete it by accident. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now. I think I'm phobic of the French language. Like, as soon as there's anything that looks even remotely French, I become a bumbling idiot. I don't know what it is. So there are 2 eyeshadow. Good God, reel it in, woman. What are you saying?